big update for Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2 just came out. Let's get into it. It was about a 3 gig update for me, like 3.2 or so. Didn't take too long. We changed price coloring to work avoiding to world averages instead of default price of item. If an item is 30% or more above the world average, it is colored red. If it is 20% or more below the item's world average price, it is colored green. That's really good and convenient, especially if you're new to trading in the game. I've played so much that I start to learn the value of things. And sometimes you'll go to a town and they'll be like, oh, that's a good deal to buy butter for $100 a freaking thing. If you're a new player, you see that. If you're trying to get the trade skill up, this skill says that I'm supposed to make money off this, so I should buy this, right? And then you screw yourself. That's really good that they're fixing that. I mean, veteran players already know the price of goods and where they're going to sell it. It's going to be really nice for getting people used to the actual price of goods, help you when you're doing your trade, and I think that's a really good change. On average, about 30% of towns and 50% of castles were experiencing issues with starvation. To improve the situation, settlements with less food now offer higher prices so caravans distribute food better. Village food production was also increased. Consumption in beer now gives a small bonus to food stores. Furthermore, garrisons grow to a lesser degree if a settlement has fewer smaller villages. With these changes, starvation was reduced to 10% of towns and 20% for castles, which mostly occurs in cases of hostile actions like raids and siege. So to summarize that all up, if you ever notice that your town is just always at zero food, it stays at zero food, it's usually because your population's too high, your prosperity, or you have too many garrison troops. This is just gonna mean that like certain places due to their location wouldn't have a lot of food. So now those places will offer a higher price for the food, thus so that the caravans will sell more to them. You'll have to do less going out, grabbing a bunch of food, dumping it in your town, and hoping to God that people don't starve to death. This seems good in an idea. Okay, this one's a good one. Reintroduced a minimum truce period of 20 days for AI kingdoms. It's been really irritating sometimes when you make peace with a kingdom. It costs you like $500,000, but it's the only way you can keep them from destroying your save, and you're gonna have to just like restart to an earlier date just for them to declare war on you like 2 days later when you're just like trying to barely re-put together back your armies and everything. This just gives you more of a buffer time if you manage to make peace, because they have made it so now when you try to make peace, it costs you a lot of money. It used to be that you could just offer somebody 5k. Yeah, they would just declare war on you sometimes the next day, but you're like, well, I can just offer them another 5,000. Now, with how hard it is, you're giving them a lot of money. They'd better keep peace with you for a while, and that's a good change. Makes you actually feel like you're spending your money on something. There's a whole lot of stuff about changing the influence cost for the ruler to override the popular vote. Lots of fixed crashes. The AI now leaves less garrison to settlements with low prosperity, should help improve problem starvation. So basically, if you have vassals and the AI, they'll go around and they'll boost your garrison. They'll just leave troops there. They won't do that if the town's already starving, if they're just going to lose those troops anyways. It's dumb that they did that anyways, but I'm glad they fixed it. It's a good fix. Positivity. We spotted a 3 times inflation for hearths over 15 game years. The daily hearth increases for villages was changed 0.5 from 1. I wonder if that's going to have an effect on just villages getting bigger early on, because I've seen some villages easily like 300 villager counts just waltzing around on the map. Fixed some chairs, added new dynamic barriers, new keep and village banners, that's cool. Some beards have been retouched and cleaned. Oh cool, 2 new Sturgeon armors. Fixed some of the cloth simulations, that's good. Oh, they changed the scene of Pencanuck. Sometimes you'd go onto a map and it wouldn't really match where it was on the campaign map, so I guess that's like addressing some of that. Yeah, some interior scenes are just fixing settlements to match things, be more immersive. The 5 new Britannia shields, that'd be cool to see some new Britannia shields. Add a new main map attack animation. Ooh, new music tracks, that's cool. Sometimes I listen to my own music, but it'd be neat to see like just what default stuff they have, because sometimes that music they have just kind of gets you in the mood for it. I don't know. User interface for Sandbox kingdom creation, cool. New map notification stuff, that's awesome. They fixed your character model standing over your skill point tree, that's good. This is just them improving pathfinding in the siege battles. Any improvements to that will be greatly appreciated. Major changes have been made for 2-handed skill perks. That's going to be fun to test out. Secondary effects for 1-handed perks. Fixed charm, leadership, trade, and medicine perk bugs. Those have been my favorite things to do, and they never work right, so it'll be awesome to actually get in there and try those. Fix a perk exploit. I mean, they're trying to fix all the exploits. I don't really care. I try to go exploitless when I play. Implemented war and peace kingdom decisions that are accessible from the kingdom diplomacy screen. Kingdom decisions now show support for all types of decisions. The kingdom tab tab has been a little lackluster. Them improving that's going to be great, honestly. Implemented Sandbox Kingdom Creation, which is possible through the clan screen and not dependent on the main storyline. Players need to have at least one settlement and a tier 4 clan. Then players can select the kingdom's culture consisting of their settlement's culture or their clan's culture, select their initial policies, and finally select a name for their new kingdom. So as long as you get one town and you are a tier 4 clan, you can make a kingdom. You don't have to go through all the quest BS. You can just make your kingdom that way, because that's the main reason that a lot of people play the game, just to make the kingdom. So that's really nice. Ooh, this is awesome. Players can now recruit mercenaries from the tavern menu. That's something I've been doing a lot more, is going to the tavern. Just be able to click that. Just going to save you some time so you don't have to go in there and run through the tavern and look for them. Implemented a new quest. Lord parties will ask the player to bring horses when they don't have enough mounts for their troops on foot. Bug fixes. Armors and armor types on faction troops have been redistributed in order to improve unit balances based on tiers. When a hideout is cleared, the surrounding bandit parties get new AI, so the probability of reinfesting the same hideout decreases. Most of the time when I clear a hideout, especially mid to late game, just to clear out my home area, and I just don't want bandits spawning and killing my villagers and harassing them all the time. Really annoying when you kill them and they just pop right back up. So hopefully if you kill them, they'll migrate, start making their homes elsewhere in other people's property, which you don't have to worry about if they're elsewhere. New stand idols added for camel and its rider. Added new damage reaction animations for castles. Fixed a problem related to corpses hanging in the air. Added spark particles for parry and chamber blocks. If you were playing beta, you already probably knew most of this stuff. I just want to give a quick rundown of everything that I saw in here. There's some things that I didn't go over just because I didn't think like they were too See you guys later.